Here's the November 2019 budget. Now, this is a weird month because it's one of those months that I get three paychecks. I got paid on the 1st, and then I think the 15th, and then at the end of the month. So I do have to adjust this a little bit. But the first thing to look at here is AdSense, and I did hit the threshold last month. So I will get this month as well. It's 107 something, and usually with AdSense, whatever it says I'm going to make, it actually is a couple dollars more than that. So I'm going to put 108, and it should be about right. And then, like I said with paycheck, this $1,015, obviously I got paid today, so that was there first thing this morning. With this, this is what I make in a normal month, and I just got to add an extra paycheck into there. So the way I estimate this is I make $16 an hour, and it's 40 hours a week. Of course, sometimes I get overtime, but let's just assume without. And that is 640. So that's going to be times 6. Normally it would be times 4 for 4 weeks, but it's going to be times 6 because I'm getting paid 3 paychecks of 2 weeks each. And then I multiply that by 0.8, basically taking 20% out for taxes. It's essentially, with my state, federal, local, all those taxes, it's roughly 20%. So that means that's $3,072 that I'll have coming in from paycheck this month. Okay, and then referral income, who knows? Hopefully, we'll see at the end of the month. This all should be the same. The one thing I do have to change on here, as I talked about in the October budget review, I have to increase this. Let's just put it at 100 and see how it goes. Of course, I'm probably going to up it to 100 and then something crazy is going to happen. So Thanksgiving is this month, and I have an invitation to go to this event for my mom, and I haven't called her to ask her yet if she wants me to go. So no idea if I'm going home for Thanksgiving. And if I do, obviously, I'm going to have to pay for gas. Normally, I would rent a car to go down there, but with it being a holiday, I'm sure the airport's packed, and I don't want to go pick up a car. They might not even have any. So it's just not something I'm going to deal with. I'm just going to drive my own car. But of course, I will have to pay for gas. So let's just bump it up to 100, maybe for December if I don't go home, and it's a normal month. Maybe we'll see if I can make $100 work there. Now with the electric, I'm going to change this. I'm not sure exactly why I set $36 as the amount, and I've been rolling this over month to month. But my current bill that I just got a few days ago is $29.22. So I'm just going to bump this down to 30, knowing what it is. And internet is always the same. Phone is roughly that. It's actually like 72 something, but close enough. And with gas, my gas bill is only $44 this month. Is that right? Yeah, $44. But I'm not going to change it because $50 is the actual budget payment amount that it's supposed to be year round. It's just that over the summer, because I wasn't using heat, I paid off all of the past balance that had accumulated over the winter. And then I just had paid so much that they told me basically for the last couple months that I don't even have to pay the full budget amount. But I'm going to leave this here so that it stays the same. The student loans, this is the same. I'm going to change this. I need to look into this for next month, but I'm just going to do this for this month. If I remember right, it was $423 last month. The $419 came from my Navient loans and what they're supposed to be taking out, plus my Great Lakes loans and what I'm manually paying with them. somehow it was off last month, and I think this is what I ended up paying, but I'm going to have to see why it's off a few dollars. Let's see. Gifts and donations, no. Doctor, that $40 was on there because I said I was going to go to the counselor last month. That did not happen, and will it happen this month? I don't know. I've got a lot going on. So the $40 is on there so that I can go see the counselor once a month if I want to. But it's also a thing that I've got to get around to scheduling. And with the holidays and stuff coming up, it might be next year, but let's just leave it on the budget anyway. Mortgage and rent, obviously, and this includes my water. This is going to stay the same this month. Now, this November is actually when my lease ends. But if you guys have been following along, you know that my apartment complex is making me move, but they're not communicating anything. So they haven't sent me a renewal. They haven't sent me a notice that I have to leave. And I really don't know what's going on. So as far as I'm concerned, when December rolls around, I'm just going to write them a check for the same amount and just keep doing that until they say something, because I don't know what they're planning. Renter's insurance will be the same. Storage will be the same. Business expenses, yeah, I still got to get that thing designed, so that should be the same. Now, if I go home for Thanksgiving, there might be some additional business expenses, but I don't know if that's going to be a thing, so I can't really plan that out. And then clothing, this one I can change. Let's do this. There's something I want to order, and it's actually kind of related to the channel, but I have to wait and tell you guys about that later. But $20 should cover that. Now, I do also need socks, but I think I can make it through to the end of the month. We'll kind of see. And mom's storage, I have to talk to them about that. So it might be $65 if I can get it paid in the next 3 days or so, which is possible. But the problem I'm running into is I got a letter from them today saying that October's rent still needs paid. And I definitely sent them October's rent long before they sent me this letter. So I've paid for September and October, and they're saying, well, October needs paid. So I'm wondering if something got lost in the mail. I mean, if so, there were money orders. I've got the receipts, so I can just go get them reissued, and it's not a problem. But I was planning on switching this to $65 for this month because I would have it paid on time and would not have late fees anymore. But now I've got to straighten this out, and I just got it today, so I got to probably wait till Monday to even call them, find out what's going on, and then I've got to talk to mom's lawyer and find out what evidence he has of what months he's paid and compare that with the storage people and compare it with my stuff. And essentially it's going to take a long time to figure all that out. And then of course we don't budget for everything else, but there will be things that fall under that. With that said, I will be contributing more than the $160 to the emergency fund because it's $1 per hour worked. I will be getting paid for 3 sets of 80 hours. So essentially it's going to be 80, 160, and then what is that, 220? No, can't math. 240. These should stay the same though. And of course, we won't be contributing to retirement, but the market, at least for my stocks, is up right now. So there should be some money that accrues in those, and nothing for the moving fund right now. So nothing for the moving fund. I will say that the goal of this month will be, not only am I putting that extra money that I had last night before the paycheck came in today toward the small credit card, but when I get paid on the 15th and then on the 29th or whatever the last day is, I'm also going to try to do that. So throughout the pay periods, I'm going to try to spend as little money as possible, and whatever I have left over at the end, I'm going to make as extra card payments to hopefully get that small credit card paid off by the end of the year. So looking back up here at the budget, I was a little confused because that's in red, but that does mean we have money left over. Essentially, I'm going to try to put as much as that as possible toward the credit cards, but keep in mind this is really just because I have the extra paycheck that comes in this month, but I'll take advantage of that. So that's pretty much all I have for you. Just probably sometime between the 15th and the 20th of the month. I can't guarantee the exact date. I'll have another video up for you and see how the month goes, but I might have two. But I will at least have one more up for you this month. And just a reminder for anyone who's still around at the end of this, if you click the link in the pinned comment on the October budget review, there's a link to Amazon on there. It's going to take you to a random product. It's actually a microphone I'm buying for the channel. But within 72 hours of you clicking on that, that's going to count toward my purchases I need to keep my Amazon affiliate membership active. So I would appreciate it if you guys do that. Other than that, I will see you guys later this month.